Hi everyone, Jennifer Blevins-Smith with Integral Clinic Solutions, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Navigating the Business of Medicine. Today we're going to talk about the extended Medicare telehealth coverage that was just announced. I am not sure if you have heard this or not. I know we're cutting it close to what we thought was the deadline of April 1st for telehealth requirements and all of the guidelines to go back to pre-COVID, pre-pandemic situation and expectations. However, on March 6th, legislation did vote and authorize an extension of many of these Medicare telehealth flexibilities, as you can see right here, that were actually in place during the COVID-19 health emergency. And now, instead of it ending March 31st and starting a new April 1st of 2025, we get to keep status quo as it is now through the end of September of 2025, with October 1st, 2025 being when everything would go into effect as far as the new requirements and changes. And when I say new, I'm wondering, now that this has happened and with so many of the professional societies advocating for some permanent changes to the telehealth guidelines, if this is helping extend so they can figure out what they want to keep that's existing, that's working well, and then what they might say is going to revert back to the old way before the pandemic. I am hopeful that some of these things that are working well will be part of the permanent rule and we will not have to revert back. However, we're going to have to stay posted and updated as this evolves between legislation and all of the professional societies that are advocating for some of these permanent changes. This is an excellent resource. I encourage you to bookmark this website. This is where I get a ton of my information, and it's the telehealth.hhs.gov website. I will put the link in the video description so it's an easy access for you. Make sure when you click on it, again, you bookmark this, share it with your colleagues, your staff who you think should be checking this regularly. I encourage you checking it at least quarterly, if not monthly, especially as we get close to that deadline of September 30th, 2025. You'll really want to be coming in here and checking to see what they're looking at as a final permanent rule when it comes to telehealth, because I have a feeling, like I said, some of this stuff might become permanent changes and there might be some things that you'll need to make note of. I did a video about a month ago I released about all of the upcoming changes for Medicare telehealth policies, and some of them were going to change as of April 1st of 2025, and then there were some that were going to change a little bit further throughout the year, and I think that has affected some of those as well. I encourage you to come on here and also look in other websites, but at least start your search and look on here to see what is going to affect your specific practice or your patients, okay? The good news is that this is a very resource-friendly and easy to use website. You can see that there are links here that will drop you and take you directly to this topic. So if you specifically need to know about rural health or behavioral health, you can click on it and it will take you there. Please make sure that you pay attention to these new deadlines that are listed here. January 1st, 2026, December 31st, 2025. You need to pay attention to these deadline dates and make note of it. It does make sense that they chose September 30th to be the last day of the current guidelines, because in the government, they go off fiscal years, and the first day of the new fiscal year is October 1st every year. So it would make sense that they would make some changes that would go into effect of the new fiscal year. Again, hopefully these aren't finalized. I don't see anything that says it's final. So this extension is making me believe that they are considering changing some of these to be final rules. As I learn more, of course, I will release new videos to inform everyone, but this is really good news. I hope the patients that were upset about it changing back feel more optimistic. I hope that the practices that have watched this and my colleagues and administrators and owners, that you are feeling a little less stressed about the potential old changes that we're going to be coming up on really quick. This is great news. I mean, today is March 24th. This video gets released on the 25th. So, it would have been cutting it really close to the wire. And they announced it March 6th. So they didn't really leave a lot of time to think that they were going to make changes. I was a little suspecting they were going to make changes or extend it because I never saw a final rule. However, because there was no updated information, that's the reason why I released the video that I did about a month ago about the changes, just so all of the viewers could be aware and prepared on the chance they didn't. So good news, any preparations that you've put into place, they do not need to go into effect right away unless you want them to. However, I would put them in your back pocket in case you need them at the end of September if everything stays as is and those changes are going to move forward that we discussed in my last video. If you have any questions or comments about this, please leave that in the comments below. Smash the thumbs up button if today's video was helpful. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please share this with all your colleagues whom you feel would benefit. Get the news out there. This is time for a very small celebration. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.